Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to start another series where I start with some designer series paper. And the designer series paper pack that I'm going to use is this one called Ballad. It's beautiful, really lovely. As you can see, lots of pages, all to do with birds, but some also that have got lovely flowers on. And it comes with a stamp set, birds again, but flowers, and some lovely sentiments. This is the inspiration in the catalogue. I love this card here, that's really pretty. And look how they've done this tin. I might do that and show you how we do that. So let's get on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a simple card, virtually just using some designer series paper. This is an A6 card base, and for a lot of the cards that I'm going to use, I'm going to try and stick to about 4 punches. There'll be no dies used, just punches. The punches we're going to use on this one is a 2.5 inch circle and the starburst circle. And already what I've done is I have punched out a starburst in Whisper White and a 2.25 inch in Petal Pink. So let me show you what I thought I would do. I'm going to take a piece of designer series paper, and this is the page that I'm going to use. Now what I've done to save time is I fussy cut some of the bits from this page. So here we go. Isn't that lovely? Now I haven't been really fussy with my fussy cutting. As you can see, I've just cut round and left a little edge, and then I cut another one that I thought would look nice, that will go with it. I mean, the whole page is lovely. So let's do some stamping first of all. So let me just get some grid paper just to protect my desk. Okay, so on here I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to do thank you. Cute little thank you stamp. And I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these up on that circle. So I'm going to put my thank you towards the top, and I'm going to use grey granite. It's just a little bit less sort of harsh than black. Just making sure you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to just put thank you on there. Lovely. Now I don't need that again. Somewhere on my desk, there it is. I've got my chamois. Let me just give my stamp a clean. Ooh, whoops! I've just dropped a piece of a pack of designer series paper. Okay. So let's get my card base. What I might do, yes, I'm going to put the pink and then this on here, and then this is going to go across here because I'm using this landscape, so I'll just do this across here and add that like so. So a very, very simple card. So let me get some dimensionals out of my drawer. and some glue. We need some, let's use some snail. This starburst punch just fits beautifully inside this 2 1/4. So that's really nice. So I'm going to put that on. I think I'm going to put this on flat. Like so. I'm just going to use my grid paper to help me try and get it central. Yeah, lovely. Then I'll use some dimensionals on the back of these pieces that I've cut out. I think I need some little mini ones as well. And I'll do the same with this one. I'll kind of not put them too close to the edge on this because I'm thinking this is going to sort of overlap it a bit. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's peel these off of here. Right, so I think I'm going to put that about there, like so. And then this one, is just going to go, oh, I could just pop that underneath there, like so. Yeah, cute. Lovely. So that's really nice. I think I'm going to put some pearls on it as well. So bear with me just a second. Let me get some pearls from, have I got pearls? Yeah. These are our basic pearls and they're really useful because they come in 3 sizes. You see, they graduate down to from large to small. Right, so let's have some medium ones, I think. And I'm just going to dot them about. I'm not going to fuss where they go. And it's always better on the eye if you put odd ones. So I've got 4 here, so I just need 1 more. Where shall I put that? I'll put that there. There we go. A very simple card. It took a little while to do the fussy cutting, but that's not a problem. Let me just get rid of these before I upend them. Okay. So there we go. There's 1 card using the designer series paper Bird Ballad, and I'll be back with some more. Thank you for watching, and I will be doing a blog post in which I will give you all the details of the supplies I've used. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to do another project with the Bird Ballad designer series paper. It's got some lovely designs on it, lovely colours. And this comes with a stamp set, and as you can see that's got birds and flowers and they coordinate beautifully together. Now I'm taking inspiration from this page in the annual catalogue, and the cards I make won't be the same, but this is just my inspiration. So let's get on. So I'm starting with a card that is A6, so that's A4 cut in half and then folded in half, and this is a strip of petal pink card, and this measures 2.5 inches by 5 7/8, and then a piece of designer series paper, and this measures 2.25 by 5 7/8. Oh no, just perhaps a little bit short, 6/8, I think 5 3/4, just to go along there. So let's fit those together first. And you may not have seen me do this before, but when I'm matting up 2 pieces of card or paper, this is the way I always show my ladies how to get it together so that it's not too difficult. Now, if you remember, that's got a tiny little gap there. Yeah. Now so I put some snail on one end, and because there's no glue here, it makes it much easier to hold it. So I've attached that end. Now I'm just simply going to carefully raise this piece, attach some snail, and then I can place that down, and that's nice and fixed in place. Now let's do some stamping. Now the sentiment that I'm going to use is "Your friendship means the world to me," and I've got a hair caught on my block. So what I'm going to do, I've punched out a 2.25 inch circle from Petal Pink, and this is a piece of Whisper White that's been punched out using the Starburst punch. I'm going to stamp my sentiment with Memento Black in the middle of my circle. Sorry if I get my head in the way. Lovely. Let me just give my stamp a clean. I'm trying to be good and clean up as I go along, but I seem to put I've put my chamois down somewhere. I'll come back to it in a minute. It will turn up. Oh, here it is. I've got a little set of drawers by the side of me that I use to store bits, and I use that to put stuff down on, and things kind of get hidden in it. Okay, right, so that's, now this is the circle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some stamping round the edge. Now this stamp set has some sweet little flowers, and I think I'm going to use just this tiny little one here, and I'm going to stamp it. I'm just looking at the designer series paper. Actually, I think I'm going to stamp it in black, and then I might do some watercolouring. So I'm just going round the edge. I won't go all the way round, I don't think. Just to fill it in a bit. There we go, I think that's fine. Put that away. Clean my stamp. And I think I'm going to use some watercolour pencils. Now this one is Calypso Coral, which is one of the colours that's in the designer series paper. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour a circle in the middle there, and I'm pressing quite heavily to make it quite dark. And then what I'm going to use next is a blender pen. Make sure that's clean. And I'm literally just going to pull the colour out from the middle. And I'm not being too fussy if I do it all. Just putting a hint of colour. Like so. Clean that. Good. Now I will put that onto my piece of petal pink, and I should just use some snail. So this is my A6 card, and that's going to go across there. Now I'm thinking I might put some twine around it. So let's put some snail there. And then I'm just using that to fix the end. And I'm just going to wrap that round. And this is our lovely linen thread, which is lovely, goes with a lot of stuff. There we go. So that's going to go on there like so, and I'm going to use some liquid glue. This has a bit more wriggle room than the snail. Let's put that down like so. I could have used dimensionals actually, but no. Okay, now let's make sure I've got it the right way up. I have. Excuse me. And then here's my circle, and I'm going to put that on this side because I don't want to cover up those birds, and there aren't many that side, they're chopped off. So let's put this here, and I will use some dimensionals for this. Now I had some out a minute ago. I expect they've gone back in the drawer. Yep, here we go. So let's put some dimensionals. There we go. So that's going to go there. Lovely. So what I'll do, I think, is as I've got my linen twine, I'll make a bow. So let's see how we can do this. I think I'm going to thread that through there. Just tie a knot for the minute. No, I need it bigger than that. Because if I'm going to tie a bow, in fact, no, I'm going to do it slightly differently, I think. I'm going to do 3 pieces, like so. Try again. Wrap it around my hand 3 times. Right, okay. And then I'll chop off. Oh, I'll just put the scissors away. Okay, and I'm going to put that through there, like so. And I'm going to tie that in a knot. There we go. The last time I tried to tie a bow on video, it went, well, it didn't go well, let's put it that way. So here we go, there's our bow. Good. I seem to have got a funny loop there. Brilliant. So that's that bow done. And oh dear, these always get everywhere, these dimensionals. Oh, or the backs of the dimensionals. And go straight in the bin. I think I'll add some pearls. And I had some of those. Oh, here we go. Had some of those out as well. So let's get. I think I'm just going to add. I'm going to put the one in the centre there. Oh dear. Just in the centre of those flowers. I did have my little pick-me-up tool here, but I seem to have, I expect I've taken it downstairs. I do a lot of crafting on my lap, downstairs in front of the TV. And of course everything ends up going down there and then not coming back upstairs again. So I think what I might do is I might just put one here. 2 and 3. Oops, that's not very level. There we go. So there's another card that's just used the designer series paper and the stamp set, plus a few little extras, but we definitely started with a piece of designer series paper. Excuse me. I will do a blog post and I will put the measurements and the supplies that I've used to make this card on that post, and I'll link it below so that you can pop over and have a look in case you would like to recreate this card. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to make another project using the Ballad designer series paper. So the inspiration for this project has come from the annual catalogue. This is the layout that Stampin' Up have given to us, showing the versatility of the whole suite. And tucked in the corner here, I don't know whether you can see it, there's a copper tin and they've covered it. So although I'm not going to do it exactly the same, I thought I would have a go because I've got some of these copper tins. So Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the tin. Now this is a piece of the designer series paper that's cut at 3 inches, and I did it that way so that the lid wouldn't get stuck on it. Now what I want to do is I want it so that the join is on the side. Can you see there's the join of the tin? Now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some tearing tape, and I'm going to put the tearing tape on this edge like so. I know it's called tearing tape, but I just don't have the nails for it to tear nice and straight, and I like it nice and straight. So let's get that out of the way. Now here's our tin, there's the join. So I thought what I'll do is I'll put that on there like so. I don't want it to be right on the corner, and I'm deliberately keeping the lid on, so I've got that as a guide. It obviously needs to be straight. So here we go. I'm going to pull this off of here. Oh dear. There we go. Right, so I'm going to put that on there, like so, and then I'm going to wind it round my tin. I'm going to put another piece of tearing tape at this end, and I've lost the end. Oh, there it is. Put another piece down here. Pull that as tight as I can get it. I'm going to tear this off, and before it sticks itself down, there we go. So there you go. So that's covered my tin. Good. Now I'm going to put another little strip across the top here. I thought was what I was thinking. I need to see if I can get this. No, that's too wide. I thought I'd cut another little strip. Maybe I didn't. No, we'll leave that for the moment. It's bound to turn up. If you want to put some around the top, it needs to be 3/8 of an inch, and I thought I'd cut a strip 3/8 of an inch, but it seems to have gone walkies at the minute, so we'll leave that for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a circle, this, and I'm going to stamp. No, I'm not. I'm going to put, I've cut out one of the little birds, and I'm going to put one of the birds on there. In fact, I cut out two of the birds, and I think I like this one better. And I'm going to stamp on here. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to stamp. Okay. Thanks for being you. That's what this is going to say. And I'm going to stamp it in. This is Memento Black, and I shall put it sort of in the middle. Lovely, good. Now that's going to go on there, like so. And then my bird is going to go on there, but I think it's a bit plain, so I'm going to put some leaves, I think, and I shall stamp them in grey granite, which is not quite so harsh as Memento Black. Going to colour those leaves in with a watercolour pencil, and this is Old Olive. Using a blender pen, just going to pull that colour into the leaf, just to add a little bit of interest to that sentiment. Good, okay. So then that's going to go onto there. Now, do I want to put it on dimensionals, or do I put my bird on dimensionals? I think I'm going to put my bird on dimensionals. So I'm going to put this with using snow. I'm just going to put that on there, like so, and it fits perfectly inside that circle. That's nice. Now, I think it's going to be a bit plain, so I'm thinking I might put a bit of, wrap some lace round my tin. Let's see how this goes. Now, shall I tie a bow? Let's have a go. Now, the last time I tried to tie a bow on a video, it did not go well. So, oh, I always tie it the wrong way around. Let's do it this way. Pull that through there like so. Want it so that it goes. Well, that's not too bad. Got a bit too much loop, I think, but that's not too bad at all. Let me get my scissors. Let's do with me sharp scissors. And then I'll snip that there, and I'll snip that one there. Pretty. then that's going to go on there. I'm going to pull this down a little bit because I don't want it to get caught up with the lid. And then I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals, and that will help keep the bow in place. Dimensionals, I'm going to use big ones. Oh no, those are the little ones. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. Just a bit more, I think. Okay. Lovely. I think that's quite nice. I'm quite pleased with that. Now I'm not going to fiddle with that bow, because if I fiddle with it, it'll go wrong. And it's sitting quite nicely at the moment. Okay, let me just tidy up these bits, because we've got our bird to put on, haven't we? Right, now, I was going to use this bird, but because I've put the what do you think? Oh no, I do like that one better. It's a better colour, I think. So I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals as well, I think. Oh, this might be fiddly. So I'm going to put one up there and one there. One by its beak, and one on its body, and then I might have to put 2 or 3 here, and I'm just doing that so that it doesn't go all wonky and because don't forget I've got a dimensional underneath here, and now I'm putting one underneath here as well, so it's 2 dimensionals high, if you like. So let's put that like so. Good. Oh, I think I forgot to take the back off that dimensional. I did. Okay, there we go. Good. And that would make a lovely gift, wouldn't it, to give to somebody, because you can get quite a lot in this tin. In a minute I might make some little cards to go inside. So there's my project. We've covered our copper tin. I hope you like it. I will put the details of the supplies I used on a blog post, and I'll put a link below so that you can go in and have a look. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm going to make another project using the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. The other day I covered a copper tin. Here it is, and I thought I would make some little cards to go inside, and some 3x3 cards should fit in there quite nicely. I've got one already cut out here. Yeah, they'll fit quite nicely. So let's get on and make the project. So I'm going to make 2 different sorts of cards. I've cut up into squares some of the designer series paper, and this one has got these feathers on one side and then the bird cages on the other, and I've cut them into squares 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and they will fit onto my 3 by 3 cards and just leave a little border all the way round. Now, to add a little bit of interest, let me get rid of the catalogue and all that together. I thought I would add some Wink of Stella to the design, so I'm literally just going over the feathers with some Wink of Stella, and this will just give a very, very subtle sparkly effect. I don't know that you can see that, but it's very, very subtle. And then I'm going to do the other side with the bird cages, and I'm going to do just exactly the same. Just go over. I'm not really colouring, I'm just sort of putting something on there of interest, that's all. Okay, so now I thought that from the colours, these could be more feminine and these could be more masculine. So what I've done is I've punched out a 2 1/4 circle on with petal pink, and then a starburst in whisper white, and they will go over that one, and then the other one will just have a circle of whisper white, so it's less fussy. And I thought what I'll do is, let's start with this one. I'm going to stamp the leaves over my circle. Okay, lovely. Now I'm just going to clean my stamp, and I'm making 6 cards, but I'll just make 2 of them, one of each for the moment, and then I shall show you the finished lot when they're done. Now on to this little circle, starburst circle, I thought I would stamp some flowers. This is part of the bird ballad, or Free as a Bird stamp set, and you can see there are several flowers on there. So okay, clean that one. What I'm going to do is, on all of the cards, I'm going to just put a little hello. This is from this stamp set as well, look, just as hello. And I thought then these cards could either be gift cards, or they could be a little card that you could attach to a gift that you're sending to somebody. So there we go, hello. Oh, I'll do 2 of them. just set that aside for the moment, because what I need to do is I need to colour these two pieces. Oh, and I've managed to get ink on my thumb, so let me just give that a wipe. Knowing me, it will go all over everything. So we've got these two. Let's put them round that way. So I'm going to colour these flowers in Calypso Coral watercolour pencil. And then using my blender pen, excuse me, I'm just going to pull that colour out, make very faintly colour in those flowers. There we go. So I will do 3 of those, but I thought I'd just show you the one for the moment. Now on this little piece of designer series paper, there's some green. I didn't think the more manly ones would want Flirty Flamingo, so I think I'm going to use green on these leaves. Yeah. And again, bring in my blender pen. Okay. So now we're ready to put our card together. So let me just... So this is our little piece of DSP, designer series paper, that's going to go on here. You can't really see it, but I can. That's got some, just a little bit of shimmer to it now. So we'll put this on here. what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some snail to attach the circle to the middle of my card. And then that's going to sit on there. I won't use snail for that because I find that if you're too heavy-handed with liquid glue on Whisper White, it doesn't show through, but it kind of you can almost see where the glue's been. So I prefer not to do it. So I'm going to use some snail adhesive. I'm just going to pop that on there. Like so. And then that one's, yeah. And then this one will go on top of the feathers. Do you think that needs something round the edge of it a bit? I think it does. I'm going to see if I can find a piece of old olive cardstock. Bear with me a minute. Now, this is going to be the same size circle, isn't it? So all I'm going to do, I think, is just put it like so, and then do just like, yeah, so I'll do 2 of those, just to kind of give it a bit of a shadow, because it kind of gets lost, I think, with the feathers. That there like that. So makes it not less like a circle, but at least that just shows it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put this on with, because this is now quite thick and heavy, I'm going to use liquid glue and pop that in the middle of my card. Just holding it there to make sure it's stuck. Right. Now let's get on with our little sentiment. This is the it's a label punch. I can't remember the proper name. It's a label punch, but I use it an awful lot, and it's really good for when you just got a little sentiment like this one. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, that's going to go across there, and I will put that on with some little mini dimensionals. good it didn't fall onto the gluey side. Right, need to make sure I try and get that level. There we go. So that's one card made, and then this is going to go on here. And I thought what I would do is, just to make it a little bit more feminine, I would put some twine on, or shall I put some lace on? How about we put some lace? That would look nice. Let's put a little bit of lace. So it doesn't need to be an awful lot, so just about, let's do 2.5, I think. I need my nice sharp scissors for this. Oops. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tearing tape on here to attach my bit of lace. So, down there. As is always the way when you're filming, the back never wants to come off. Right, so let's make sure I've got it the right way around. Now underneath here, I've got a silicone mat. Essential for when you're gluing stuff that's got little holes in it. So let's put that on there like that. That'll do. Good. Now I can put some dimensionals on the back, and I've got a sea of scissors. Alright, so okay. Oops. Oh, excuse me. And then that's just going to go across there. And we could put some pearls on, couldn't we? If I could find them on my desk, which at the moment seem to have gone walkabout. You should see the outside of my desk. It is a real mess, but there we go. That's the way of crafting. Shows you've been having a lot of fun, I think. Here we go. Here's my pearls. So let's get something to... We'll just use a little one, I think. And we'll put one that side. And one that side. There we go. So there we go. I've now got 2 cards that will fit into the tin. Oh, I didn't show you, but Stampin' Up do little 3x3 envelopes, and they will just fit into there nicely. Okay, so I will finish off the rest of these cards, and then I will take a picture and I will pop them on my blog so you can see the end result. Thank you very much for watching today. I will put the details of everything I've used on my blog post, and I'll put a link to that blog post down below. Thank you. Bye.